You might recall that back in November there were concerns raised by Councillor Sean Sampson after the District 1 representative attended the Remembrance Day service at Branch 150 in Arishat and heard the sound of all-terrain vehicles during moments of silence that were supposed to be happening during that ceremony. Well, it turns out there has been some follow-up on this issue. Councillor Sampson himself and the Director of Public Works for Richmond County, Chris Boudreau, have been doing some investigating on how to prevent this sort of thing from happening in the future. Let's hear where that conversation went at the recent regular meeting of Richmond Municipal Council. Councillor Sean Sampson originally raised concerns about the issue at the November regular council meeting for Richmond Council. Municipal councillors decided to allow Sampson to continue to investigate the situation on his own, but they also pledged to contract the Provincial Department of Transportation and Infrastructure Renewal, or TIR. Public Works Director Chris Boudreau made that contact, and here's what Warden Amanda Mumbercat had to say about what Boudreau found from TIR and the discussion that followed at the December regular council meeting.
Questions were, is the request for specific locations? If so, what are the locations? The second question was, is the request for temporary closure for the entire duration of the ceremony or only for the moment of silence? And the third is any part of the ceremony to be held within the road right-of-way, or is the request being made to eliminate road noise?
Yeah, so I can't speak for other councillors, but when it comes to locations, specific locations, of course, I would be speaking of the Branch 150 Legion in Arishat. To answer the second question, when it comes to the closure, I spoke to a Legionnaire member, Benny Muri, on the weekend, and he informed me that the laying of wreaths and moment of silence is usually about 25-30 minutes, and then there's a reception afterwards. So we would only be looking for that ceremony, more or less, not the reception part of it, so 25 or 30 minutes would be enough for sure, right?
You know, typically I would say, yes, it should be for all locations, but I am aware of the fact that there are limitations to who would, so we're just looking for perhaps permission from TIR to engage in perhaps volunteer fire departments or other organizations like that to do these road closures. I mean, I think we need to be a bit clear on that because we can't expect staff of TIR to be doing these road closures, right? No. So I think that may be something we want to be clear about, is that the branch of the Legion would organize the proper individuals to enact the road closure.
It wouldn't be, the responsibility of TIR, I don't think, but I spoke to the volunteer fire department here on Amadam, and they would have no problems doing that for us or for the Legion members. And I wouldn't suggest or recommend or think for that it would be TIR's staff that would do it. But I think it's easily done through fire departments or volunteers that would just
the actual traffic control portion.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our CMP and fire departments have tended to do that in the past, but you do need the permission through a permit from TIR to do that. So I think we've answered a couple of those questions. The request is for specific locations, and we can have staff list the cenotaphs. Is the request for temporary closure for the entire duration of the ceremony? So yes, but not for the reception afterwards. Right. Is any part of the ceremony to be held within the road right-of-way, or is the request being made to eliminate road noise?
I know that I went to 3 ceremonies and all of those were not utilizing the roadway.
So it's road noise.
However, when those answers went back to the Transportation Department, here's the response that TIR officials sent to Richmond Municipal Council, as shared at Richmond Council's January 11th Committee of the Whole meeting in Arishat.
The Remembrance Day events would not meet the policy on road closure. So I don't know how we want to move forward from here. It's policy on their part that they were not able to go forward with our request.
I'd just like to thank you and staff for looking into that for us, and I guess going forward, again going back to the situation, it had to do with COVID and of course, not having too much traffic during that day, and I don't think there was any ill will when it came to the situations that did occur that day. So for me, going forward, I can just work with our local Legion members and bring awareness to the situation, you know, so maybe just put up a few signs saying Remembrance Day ceremony is taking place for the next 30 minutes or so. Put a sign in the ATV trail, you know, just to bring awareness to the ATV riders for that 30 minutes or so. So that's something I can do on my own and work with the Legion members. So again, thank you for looking into that, and we'll go forward from there.